Oh, I didn't really need to, but we had some honest conversations, and we've talked about it. After you have a partnership of 146, we've actually talked about it probably for the last at least month. What happens in the subcontinent is you got to be on your game all the time because it happens so quick. So it was sort of like, okay, it happened, and we're all deflated and disappointed, but it's sort of prepared, knowing that, well, that could happen. So what are we going to do next? And it's honestly, I've said it from day one. It's 15 ripping young Australian blokes, and they're all hungry to do well. They're all, working hard. The preparation leading into this test was absolutely awesome by all of them. So we didn't panic. We just stayed calm. And then I think because of that, I think that calmness showed in the second innings. I got so much admiration for Uzi. He's look at him. I mean, he's got himself really, really fit to bat in these conditions, and to do what he's done is a great credit to him. But then to also overcome the demons of people have talked about whether he can play spin bowling. I had never had a single doubt that Usman Khawaja could play spin bowling, and it's great to see him getting the benefits of the Australian A Tour, and then the work he's put into it to get rewarded for all the work he's put in. It's massive for him, and I've got no doubt he's done some great things in Test cricket, but when you have an innings like he's just had then, or a performance, a game actually, not just that innings, but the first innings was brilliant as well, you never underestimate again how that can take you to even a further level in your career. So yeah, I've got huge, always have had as a player, but huge admiration for what he's done over the last 6 months. He's done well he's made runs in county cricket, made runs in Australian A cricket, now he's just had 2 brilliant innings in Test cricket. So he's doing exactly what we're asking of all batsmen in Australia to do. Be a good person, be super fit, and score lots of runs. It's a great credit to him that he's doing that. We'll talk about the good news story first, and that's that Aaron Finch, I'm so pumped for him. To have, one thing I know in great teams is not just preparation and good spirit, but one of the main building blocks is a really strong opening partnership. So for the guys to get a 140 run opening partnership and an 86 run partnership, I mean, that's huge for our team. So it's a great effort by both of them, and you're always looking, whenever you're building a team, you're always looking for the opening partnership, and they've certainly both put their best foot forward and they've obviously got a good chemistry to have 2 great partnerships. So and in terms of other players, well, when the job, if you're not in the team, is to work really hard and make a lot of runs, to force yourself in, to be so good you can't be ignored. That's how it's always been in Australian cricket, and that's how it's got to be, and that's the same with Matt or any of the players who aren't in the 11 for this game. Yeah, of course, I'm pleased with all the players. I'm pleased with 15 people who are here, and Matt's one of them. The reality, his numbers have been brilliant. He's got, he's done, since he was dropped last time, he went away and scored a lot of runs. He got runs in Shield cricket. He got one of the best hundreds I've seen in a long time in Shield cricket at the Gabba under pink ball game against West Australia last year. He's a very, very, very good young player. Unfortunately, like fast bowlers, he hadn't had time in the middle, and you never bring a ruckman back if they haven't much time in the middle. You never bring fast bowlers back, or it's hard to. And it's the same with Matt. The only thing that played against him this game, not his ability, not his work ethic, because he's done all the things so well over the last 6 months or however long it says. He's done everything absolutely to the letter. Unfortunately, he got 3 injuries with his broken finger, his hamstring, and then concussion. So he's batted in the middle in the last, I don't know, you guys will know better, the last 3 months for probably an hour. And it's really hard to come into these conditions when you haven't got match. Now, people could argue with that, and that's fine, but my view on the world is that there's nothing like match practice, and he just hadn't had any. But he's a terrific young player, really good in the group. Again, I admire the way he's gone about. He's had a smile on his face the whole time, and there's plenty of future for Matt Renshaw. I mean, it's just whether it comes in opening or in the batting number 3 or batting number in the top. I don't know. It could come anywhere. He's a good player. I've always said if you open, you can bat anywhere in the order. So time will tell with him. It's always managing those quicks, but Starkey got a lot of overs first innings. We certainly understand that. And it's always the million-dollar question what we do with the fast bowlers, because if we've got our fast bowlers, particularly in Australia or going forward to England next year, we'll have they're a very, very, like the opening partners, we've got the top three. That's incredibly important to Australia being successful. So we'll manage it. It's the start of the season, and hopefully we'll manage them well throughout the summer and this tour so far.